Have you ever felt hurt, frustrated, or disappointed in a relationship, even when you genuinely care about someone? Most of the time, the real culprit isn't betrayal or incompatibility, it's expectations. Invisible yet powerful, expectations silently shape our emotions, perceptions, and reactions, often creating tension, resentment, and distance. They make us believe people should act in certain ways, and when reality doesn't match our imagined ideals, disappointment follows. In this video, we'll explore how expectations destroy relationships, why they feel justified yet harmful, and practical ways to replace them with acceptance, empathy, and deeper connection. Watch carefully, because understanding this could transform the way you experience love, friendship, and family bonds forever. Expectations are mental blueprints of how we believe others should behave, think, or feel. They stem from upbringing, personal experiences, and cultural norms. While some expectations are practical, unrealistic ones in relationships create unnecessary tension. Expecting a partner to always read your mind, a friend to always be available, or family to act exactly as you envision sets you up for disappointment. Awareness is the first step. Recognizing that expectations exist, often unconsciously, is key to improving your relationships. Hopes inspire, while expectations demand. A hope leaves room for flexibility and imperfection. An expectation imposes a standard, and deviation leads to frustration. For example, hoping your partner communicates openly fosters dialogue, but expecting them to always anticipate your needs triggers resentment. Recognizing this difference allows you to approach relationships with compassion and patience rather than judgment. Expectations act as silent weights in relationships. Even unspoken, they influence how we perceive every action, decision, or word from others. Over time, this invisible pressure creates tension, stress, and unspoken resentment. Your partner, friend, or family member may feel judged without understanding why. Emotional distance grows, trust erodes, and small conflicts can escalate unnecessarily. Expecting perfection is one of the fastest ways to damage relationships. No human being is flawless. No relationship is without flaws. When we hold ourselves or others to impossible standards, minor mistakes feel monumental. Understanding that imperfection is natural allows us to navigate relationships with patience, grace, and empathy. Expectations create a gap between reality and our idealized vision of people or relationships. When someone fails to match this ideal, we experience emotional pain, not necessarily because of their actions, but because our mind measured reality against a constructed standard. Recognizing this helps separate personal disappointment from relational reality, reducing unnecessary conflict. Unmet expectations trigger negative emotions: resentment, guilt, jealousy, frustration, and sadness. Often, these feelings are not expressed openly, silently eating away at love, trust, and intimacy. Over time, these unspoken emotions accumulate, leading to emotional distance or even the gradual end of a relationship if left unaddressed. Expectations that aren't communicated openly lead to misunderstandings. People assume others should know their needs, which rarely happens. Silent expectations create passive-aggressive patterns, frustration, and emotional withdrawal. Healthy relationships require transparency. Expressing desires clearly, setting boundaries, and having open discussions about needs reduces conflict significantly. Expectations often stem from comparisons to past relationships, friends, or societal ideals. Measuring someone against an unrealistic standard creates pressure, distorts perception, and diminishes appreciation for the unique qualities of the person in front of you. Recognizing this pattern encourages gratitude and acceptance over judgment. Romantic relationships are especially vulnerable. We often expect our partner to anticipate needs, fix problems, or fill emotional gaps. When these expectations go unmet, disappointment follows, even if the partner is fully invested. Understanding that love is collaborative, not performative, helps reduce tension and fosters authentic intimacy. Friendships can be silently strained by expectations, often without either party realizing it. Assuming friends should always be available, supportive, or act according to your ideals can create subtle tension. For instance, expecting a friend to respond immediately to every message or to always agree with your perspective can unintentionally push them away. Recognizing their limitations, valuing consistency over perfection, and accepting differences strengthens bonds. True friendship thrives not when expectations are perfectly met, but when mutual respect, trust, and understanding take precedence. Practicing empathy and giving space allows friendships to grow naturally without silent resentment building up.
Family relationships are deeply influenced by inherited expectations. Parents may expect obedience, siblings may expect loyalty, and cultural or generational norms can dictate roles and behavior. While these expectations often come from love or tradition, unspoken or unrealistic ones can cause guilt, frustration, or rebellion. For example, expecting a sibling to always support your choices or parents to perfectly understand your career decisions can create tension. Awareness and open dialogue are essential. Discussing expectations respectfully and recognizing each family member's individuality fosters harmony, mutual respect, and emotional safety within the family unit. How we treat ourselves shapes how we view others. Perfectionism, self-criticism, or rigid standards often spill over into our relationships, creating invisible pressure. For example, if you demand flawless productivity from yourself, you may unconsciously expect friends, partners, or colleagues to match your pace or priorities. Adjusting self-expectations, accepting your own flaws, learning from mistakes, and practicing self-compassion reduces judgment, tension, and frustration in interactions. The more flexible you are with yourself, the more empathy and patience you can extend to others, improving the overall quality of your relationships. Many expectations operate below the surface, silently influencing emotions and behavior. Frustration, irritation, or disappointment are often signs of unmet expectations, even when we haven't consciously acknowledged them. Journaling, self-reflection, or mindfulness exercises help uncover these hidden assumptions. For instance, you might realize that your anger at a friend for canceling plans stems not from the act itself, but from an expectation that they should always prioritize you. By identifying these expectations, you gain control over them, allowing you to address them consciously or adjust your mindset before they sabotage your relationships. Acceptance is transformative for relationships. It doesn't mean lowering standards or tolerating harmful behavior. It means appreciating people as they are, embracing imperfection, and letting go of rigid ideals. For example, instead of expecting your partner to always meet your emotional needs perfectly, you accept that they're human, make mistakes, and contribute in their own way. Acceptance fosters patience, gratitude, and emotional safety, creating space for authentic connection. It shifts focus from controlling others to nurturing understanding, reducing conflict, and building more resilient, harmonious bonds. Healthy relationships require clear communication, but framing your needs as requests rather than rigid demands prevents defensiveness and conflict. For instance, saying, "I'd love if we could spend more time together this week," invites collaboration rather than imposing guilt. This approach encourages dialogue, strengthens trust, and allows others to respond authentically. Expressing your needs without expectation also helps in negotiations, friendships, and professional relationships. The key is to balance honesty with empathy, ensuring your voice is heard while respecting the autonomy and feelings of the other person. Expectations often arise from a desire to control outcomes. Letting go means trusting others to act authentically, even imperfectly. Releasing control reduces frustration, nurtures emotional freedom, and allows relationships to thrive naturally. Focusing on what is present rather than what is lacking rewires perception. Recognizing effort, appreciating small gestures, and valuing consistency strengthens bonds, increases satisfaction, and reduces negative feelings associated with unmet expectations. Clear boundaries differ from rigid expectations. Boundaries define limits respectfully, while expectations impose compliance. Balancing healthy boundaries with acceptance fosters respect, reduces resentment, and supports emotional safety. Mindfulness helps recognize emotional reactions to unmet expectations. By observing feelings without judgment, you can respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This practice reduces conflict and improves communication, emotional awareness, and relational harmony. The healthiest relationships thrive on flexibility, empathy, and understanding. Loving without rigid expectations encourages authenticity, emotional security, and mutual growth. Freeing yourself from rigid expectations opens the door to deeper joy, trust, and intimacy. Reflect on triggers and emotional reactions. Communicate needs explicitly. Appreciate effort, not perfection. Practice patience and empathy. Accept imperfection in yourself and others. Small daily habits accumulate into stronger, healthier, and more fulfilling relationships. High emotional intelligence helps recognize, adjust, and communicate expectations effectively. Awareness of your emotions and others' perspectives reduces friction, promotes understanding, and fosters resilient, satisfying connections. Expecting someone to conform to ideals overlooks authentic alignment. Relationships flourish when compatibility, shared values, and mutual respect guide interactions rather than rigid expectations. Forgiving unmet expectations, both of yourself and others, is transformative. It releases emotional tension, rebuilds trust, and strengthens relational bonds. Forgiveness turns potential conflict into opportunities for growth, empathy, and understanding. Expectations silently shape every relationship. Recognizing, adjusting, and communicating them transforms interactions, reduces conflict, and fosters genuine connection. Relationships thrive not when expectations are met, but when acceptance, empathy, and appreciation guide every moment. Let go of rigid ideals, embrace authenticity, and cultivate deeper, healthier, and more resilient bonds.